the reason like why India-Pakistan is such a like fantastic game is because there's so much behind it.
Yeah, that's
that texting some one of his, I think texting some like inappropriately.
It's there are so many things in Indian culture that are just so superstitious, like so many random things my mum says you can't have like your juppa, like your thongs, they can't be flipped over. Hey everyone, I'm Khushee.
I'm Renesh.
And this is the Don't Talk Back podcast, where we talk about everything about Indians in Australia, youth speak. So yeah, welcome.
KKR won today, the IPL.
Yes, I saw that too. You know what though, my brother was really happy with that, not because, well, he loves Shah Rukh Khan, but he just really did not want Pat Cummins and Travis Head to win because he absolutely hates them from the World Cup.
Yeah, I think a lot of Indians would have had the same opinion. I mean, more because Pat Cummins has done everything that Kohli and Sharma haven't done as a captain.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Do.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was going to say. Like, people are giving him so much hate only for the fact that he was a good team leader and a good captain and a good player.
Yeah, but that's where the hate, like, that's... Because if he had beaten, like, South Africa in the World Cup final last
people
year...
would have been like...
No one would... Yeah, everyone would be like, oh, great captain. No, see, deep down, every single Indian fan who hates Pat Cummins knows he's probably one of the best captains at the moment.
For sure.
In my opinion, he's the best captain at the moment. Modern day cricket captain is the best at the moment.
I agree.
I think he the way he's managed the Australian side through the Test Championship and through the ODI World Cup, it's absolutely like, I mean, he had to take over from Tim Payne. Was it Tim Payne? Yeah, Tim Payne. And like, you know, obviously with the whole, you know what happened with Tim Payne, right?
No.
Well, he was a Test captain of Australia.
Is that the bald guy?
No. He was a wicketkeeper, and he was you know when the guy who talked smack to Ashwin when they came here, when India came here, and there was this whole thing, I think during lockdown or something, and someone told Ashwin, "Oh, come to the Gabba" or something like that. Do you remember that? Really?
No.
Oh, well, it was a big thing. Well, India basically had like historic huge win against Australia in the Test. I think it was 2022 or so, or 2021. No, 2022. Yeah. And no, sorry, 2021. Yeah. So basically, India were all up against it. I think they were like very, very close to losing this series. And then Rishabh Pant and Ashwin and the whole team, this was without Kohli as well, they somehow won the series. And the captain of the Australian team at that point, Tim Payne, in one of the games while Ashwin was batting, and Tim Payne's a wicketkeeper, he told Ashwin, come to the Gabba, shithead, or something like that. And obviously the media piled onto that because whenever India and Australia play, it's always big, like, you know, it's always like, because the Indian team hates Australian media and it's kind of like vice versa as well. So there was a lot of like tension and a lot of like individual battles that were going on. Then India still won the Test series, which is yeah, fantastic. So after that, Tim Payne, so I think Rishabh Pant. Sorry, I'm like going off like on different things here. In that same series, Rishabh Pant called Tim Payne a temporary captain, and because I think Pant is a wicketkeeper, and when Tim Payne is batting, he told one of his bowlers, here comes a temporary captain. He's coming to bat now. And then I think like a couple of months later, Tim Payne got stripped of the captaincy and he stepped down. He stepped down as a captain because he was caught cheating on his wife, texting some like inappropriately.
It's okay. Try again.
Inappropriately texting a member of Cricket Australia.
Wow.
And he stepped down as captain. He hasn't been seen since. Then Pat Cummins got given the captaincy and he took the Australian team to the next level. As you know, they won the Test Championship against India. They won the ODI World Cup against India, and in the T20 World Cup, if he wins that as well,
glory. Glory for him.
Yeah, but like it's a huge deal because a lot of Indians hate him because he's outsmarted India every single time in the big moments. But yeah, he's a fantastic captain.
He is very good, and he's a very good player as well.
He's a good
I
person.
just think,
Yeah.
And he's a good person too. I just because I was in New York, I was watching the final like at I think 6 a.m. over there, and then like I had finished and everything, so I was out and about traveling, and I just opened my phone, and I see this video of like when Narendra Modi gave him the trophy, he gave it to him and he just walked off, leaving him on the stage. I was like, this is such bad like sportsmanship, like just because they won, like this is your guest, like in India you always say your guest is your god, like Athithi Deva Bhava. You say that, and this is how you treat a guest in your home country. Like that just didn't sit right with me, because like I've always had the mentality of like, okay, obviously India is my first priority. I want them to win, but if not, I am equally happy that Australia won because this is my country too. Like this is my home, and a lot of people don't think that way. Like a lot of people just put like India at the pedestal, which makes it obviously so many expectations for the players as well, and it's a lot to live up to. And I saw that video of Pat Cummins, poor thing, just standing on the stage with the trophy while like the Prime Minister and Jesha, all of them walked off. I just thought it was a bit rude.
No, but that's like, it's obviously it's rude and it's horrible sportsmanship, but that's just how it is between Australia and India, cricket-wise.
Yeah, I know, like it's very aggressively competitive, but I don't know. I just feel like there should be a line drawn somewhere because it's obviously not healthy.
Nah, but if you take that away, then the games don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like when India's touring here later on this year, for the Test Border Gavaskar series, if you take the rivalry away from it, it's not fun.
Yeah.
You like the reason like why India-Pakistan is such a like fantastic game, it's because there's so much behind it.
Yeah, that's
like so much rivalry and so much like, obviously not I can't speak every Indian, but a lot of Indians do have respect for the Pakistan like players.
Yeah, and there's some really good players
as
in
a
that
team.
Yeah.
Like the rivalry has to be there, otherwise it's just not fun.
It's really not.
And the game won't mean anything.
That's why all the other games are not fun. Like I went to, when the T20 World Cup happened here, I went to the India-Pakistan game in Melbourne, and then I went to that's my like ultimate flex of being at that game.
We witnessed the greatest T20 innings
ever
of all time.
There won't be another like that ever.
I mean, and it just had to be Kohli.
Yeah,
it couldn't be anyone.
Best way to come back.
Yeah, if Kohli had gotten out, I think he got dropped. I think like once that game, like
he either got dropped or he was almost run out, and he went up to the umpire and was like, "That was a no ball."
Yeah. No. He hit that one for 6. I'm pretty sure.
He hit that for 6, but I think there was something happened where he almost got out. Either it was a drop catch or he almost got run out.
Yeah. But that was like, I'm so glad I was there. Like how much did you pay for your tickets?
We paid around $199 each, $200 each.
Yeah, we paid $40. Like the moment the tickets came out, for the whole World Cup, I called my mate. I'm like, India, Pakistan's in Melbourne. Do you want to go? He's like, mate, just book it.
Not even a question.
We didn't, because this is the first time. I think this was the first time. Like, I was traveling for a cricket match, like away from Sydney, and he's just like, yep, don't even hesitate, let's do it. I bought it $40, and after that, everyone was scrambling for tickets, and no one could find any and stuff. And then when we reached Melbourne, the game, like, it was supposed to rain that whole like week, and we were terrified the game would be called off. And we're like, oh, we came here for nothing, you know.
I know, I was so scared.
Yeah,
I think it even rained for a little bit while the game was on.
Oh no,
I think so. Like at the beginning, like when me and my family got there a bit early, and we were seeing that it was like sprinkling a bit, and they had to like dry it before it actually started. Right.
Yeah, well, we sat obviously like a bit far away because cheaper tickets. So obviously, if I could go back to that moment, I think I would have paid like $1,000 for those tickets if I'd known that the game like was going to be like that.
It was that good.
India shouldn't have won that game.
They had no chances of winning that game.
Yeah, if Kohli had gotten out, I wouldn't have put Hardik Pandya to finish that game.
No.
I wouldn't have put Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Surya Kumar. I wouldn't have put anyone other than Virat Kohli to finish that game, because the way he batted and the way he not only batted, but like the way he like carried the innings forward. because I think there was one like heart attack moment where he hit the ball for a 6, and as he hits it, it's on the boundary, right? One of the Pakistan players is
Someone
about to
was
catch
there,
it,
yeah.
and we're like, oh, it's
I
done.
was like, no.
It's done. And then he misses it, and it goes over for a 6, and
the way everyone cheered,
Yeah,
like I cannot even
yeah,
begin
yeah,
to say
yeah,
after
yeah.
we won that match, the feeling of singing Chak De India was
Oh
just
my
the
God.
absolute best.
Yeah,
like
that-
all my
yeah,
videos
yeah.
from that match, I am never deleting till the day I
Nah,
die.
for sure. I've never been more proud to be Indian
Same.
than like I was there, because not only that, but seeing the Pakistan fans like just silent, because they were like talking all
Silent, and there
game.
were actually some people there that like were so impressed by the way
Yeah,
Kohli played. They were like
yeah.
they were tapping us on the back. They were like, well done,
yeah,
well
well
done.
done,
I was
yeah,
like, I didn't even do anything. Like this was such a proud moment for me. Like people from the opposing team with such rivalry are congratulating me as a spectator, saying your team played really well. It was just, I was very proud. And like the whole way walking from the MCG to our Airbnb, like we got on the tram and people were singing like Vande Mataram, Jak De India, all of that on the streets. People were like honking their cars and everything. It was so good.
Yeah, we
so
walked from the stadium like to a to our hotel, because like the light rails and stuff were like, the trams were really full.
Yeah.
People were driving by, Chak De India blasting.
Yep.
it. See, the thing is, we didn't know a lot of people there, but it acted like we acted like we knew everyone.
And we knew everyone,
because
yeah.
everyone is just like in such a good mood.
Yeah.
That it was. You kind of just watch those games and you're like, you know what, we're gonna win it.
We are.
But then Pakistan made the finals and we didn't, and yeah, then obviously Pakistan.
And I was
lost
like,
anyway,
honestly, I don't mind, because like that kind of a win only some people can pull off.
Nah, but you kind of have to look back at it and you're like, well, it was a great game, but it was for nothing. Not for nothing. It was historic for sure.
It was historic, but like that's like the whole thing that comes up with the World Cup. Like India had such a good run.
Yeah.
They didn't lose a single match, and like all of their tactics was like the fielding medals and all of that. Team morale was so good. Everything was perfect. It comes down to that one game where if you're like the opposing team is slightly better, they have a good day. That's all it comes down to. Like I feel like all of your efforts, they still go towards something. Like all the memories and everything, I feel like they still go towards something, because I now have like a memory that I will cherish forever and ever. And that was something that really helped me and my family, because that month my nanny had just passed away, so my mum was supposed to come with us to that match, but she couldn't go because she left for India. And we were all just like, we were really dealing with stuff. And watching that game, I think it really like helped
would have lifted the stuff,
uplift us, and it just made us feel all the more better. So I feel like even though the final outcome wasn't good, it still meant something for a lot of people.
I think it's the hope that kills, because last year with the World Cup, the ODI World Cup, India hadn't lost a game. There wasn't much sense that they would lose a game. It was in India. You're just thinking it's a mix of a young team. You have obviously Sharma, Kohli, KL Rahul, but then you had Shubman Gill, who was upcoming, or who was established but still young.
A poor thing, he would have done so much better. He was just coming up from a disease. Like he had malaria and everything. He was just thrown into the deep end. He wasn't given enough time to recover. I feel horrible for him. I love Shubman Gill, so I'm very biased. I absolutely love him.
And then you had Bumrah. Everything was just going India's way. And I had this feeling before the final that like, I see, because whenever my teams play, whether it's in any sport, I never ever like to predict it. Like people ask me like, oh, what do you think? Who do you think's gonna win? I'm like, no, not even gonna answer. I'm very like superstitious in that way. Only with sport, nothing else. But I just had this feeling like surely Australia surely they like can't take it away. But then obviously Travis Head and Pat Cummins pulled through, and Travis Head, I mean, what a player. He did in the Test Championship as well, and the ODI World Cup. And if he does the same in the T20 World Cup, I am going
Is
to
he
cry.
vice?
In the T20?
Yeah.
No.
Or is it Mitch Marsh?
Mitch Marsh is a captain.
Yeah. Mitch Marsh is captain?
Yeah, T20 captain. Yeah, he's a T20 captain. Yeah.
Wow, why Pat Cummins is not playing?
He is.
Why
I
is he
think
not
no,
top
for
10?
Marsh, I'm not too sure what the reasons are. I'm not a big Australia fan, so I wouldn't know, but I think there was some reason behind it. But
Interesting.
yeah, I think because but Marsh hasn't been in good form at all. I don't think he's played. He got dropped from Delhi Capitals. From the
Really?
Sunny. Yeah, because he was in horrible form. Even David Warner as well. Both of them were. Oh yeah. both of
This
them
is
were.
all David Warner can do.
No, but he's a great player.
He is. but
Whenever he pulls on the Australia
he
shirt,
used to be really good though.
nah, but he's not a player who you can just be like, he's gonna like drop like bad performances. You can never. He's
He's
class, like, yeah.
consistent, but like not like excellent consistent. You know what I mean?
Obviously he's not like the player he used to be for sure.
Yeah.
But he's also not someone you can just be like, you can't just write him off like that. Yeah.
But you said you were superstitious when it comes to games. That reminds me, there are so many things in Indian culture that are just so superstitious. Like so many random things my mum says. My mum says you can't have like your juppa, like your thongs. They can't be flipped over. Because like I don't know. I always ask her and she's like, I don't have time to explain. Just do as I say.
Yeah, there's never a reason for it.
Yeah,
like
and she just says.
My mum will tell me, don't cut your nails at night.
Yeah, my mum still says that, and she says don't water the plants at night.
But that's like the best time to do it.
Yeah, because that's the only time you're free. So I asked her one day,
Yeah.
and she was like, "It's nighttime. They're preparing to go to sleep. You shouldn't like. What if you liked if someone like picked you up from bed and chucked you in the shower? Like such random things. Like A, you can't cut your nails at night. B, the slipper can't be flipped over. And don't even get me started on the swears. Like swear on me or like that kind of stuff. Like
Well, my
Gusam.
parents don't say that. No.
My mum doesn't do it all the time, but like when she knows I'm lying, she'll pull it out. She'll be like, you swear on me,
right,
and I cannot lie. Like I'm like deathly afraid of lying on swears, and so she'll pull it out, and I'm just like, oh, freak.
Yeah, my mom. Well, not my parents aren't superstitious very much, but my grandma, like my mom's mom, when I'm in India, I think she saw me like just moving my legs in the chair, and she's like, "Don't do that. Your mom's gonna like get hurt." And I was like.
Your mom, that's what it means? Your mom's gonna get hurt?
Like if you move your legs, like I think I was sitting down. I think I was just like swaying my legs around because I was like bored. And she's like, "Oh, just keep your legs still." And I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "Oh, you're gonna hurt your mom or something like that." Like apparently it's
move
like
your
a
legs, Renesh.
superstition. I still do it, but I just do it without realizing. I know, like it's. I don't know if it's a it's a habit, but I just do it and. Yeah, I'm doing it now. I'm not even realizing. I didn't even realize I'm doing it. Like it just happens, and then it's like, oh, don't do it. Keep your legs still. Otherwise, you're gonna like your mom's back is gonna break or something like that.
Wow, so violent.
I think these are just cautionary tales because when back then in the like olden times they would have to say these cautionary tales because there wasn't science and stuff. So they would say, oh, don't step on cracks, otherwise your mom's back is gonna break and stuff like that. Like. Or if you see a black cat running across, that means it's bad.
Oh, don't get me started on
It's
black
bad.
cat.
Yeah.
Like one of my friends had a black cat and I would never go to a house. I was like, if I see a black cat, something bad is going to happen to my family.
I don't believe any of that.
And there's this one random one about if you do something, it's going to rain on your wedding day. There's some really random ones out there.
Like,
And there's one where you shouldn't open your umbrella indoors. And I'm just, why? Why would I wait till I get outside in the rain to open my umbrella?
Yeah, I don't believe in superstitions. I create my own superstitions in sport. Well, it's not superstitions. It's more just like I'm just very cautious because whenever someone asks me, like I said before, do you predict the scores? I'm like, no, I don't do that. Or sometimes, like for example, this actually happened on the weekend. Like I'll give you a good example. So my football team, Manchester United, like my love and my only love.
Okay.
Like my forever love. Like I will choose United over everything. Right.
Okay.
So last year we played in a final, and we lost the final. So I think there's how football works. A game of two 45 halves, right? Yeah. So first 45 minutes I was watching it with a mate, and we were playing well last year, but it was against a team that was the best in the world. Right, so it was our rivals as well. So our rivals, we were Manchester United, they were Manchester City. So blue against red. We're red, they're blue. And it was a huge rivalry. And they were the favourites, and we were like the underdogs. And we were in good form, but they were in better form. And they just won the European competition. And they were on their way to create history. And first 45 minutes, it was 1-1. I was watching with my friend. After the halftime, he left. And the moment he left, we lost. So this year, we play the same team in the same stadium, same cup final. I told my mate, you are not going anywhere. You're staying in my house. You are not going anywhere. You're going to sit here. You're going to watch it with me. I don't care what you say. You're going to watch it. You know what I mean? And then he's like, well, fine, whatever. He doesn't really care about football, but he's just like, whatever. So I'm like, bro, I don't care. Because he was coming from out. I'm like, you get your ass to my house. You're going to watch this because I'm not taking any chances. He came over. First 45 minutes, we were 2-0 up. 2 goals against 0. And I'm like, you can't leave. Like, you cannot leave because we're winning now. And there's a big chance that we can still lose. So you're staying in. And then I think 20 minutes before the game, he had to go. And then I'm like, okay, please don't go. But if you have to go, just go. Mm-hmm. That's it. He leaves. About 5 minutes later, 2-1. The other team score. And I'm like,
at this point, you're just cursing your friend.
At this point, I'm like, we're screwed. Because now that they've got a goal back, we have to, like, we're on the back foot because they're going to want to do they're going to do everything to get the ball back and score again. And then luckily we won. Like, we played very, very well, but it's those kind of little things in superstition that I'm just like, yeah, like I really, really, really don't like to take a chance. It's not superstitions. I'm just, like more.
That's me with flights. Like ever since I was little, like I sit like this on the plane. I do not move my fingers. Like they stay like this from the minute I sit on my seat to the minute the plane lands. Like I just stay like this on the
Is it
flight.
For what? Like
just because like I'm just like,
you don't want to crash or
not crash. Like I'm just I guess because like I don't know, like that high up in the sky. Like I know it's the safest way of traveling, but like it's also not.
But I feel like you hear a lot more stories of it going wrong than you do of it going well.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, because the media likes to sensationalize these things.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh.
Because it happens so little and they just make it a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just sit like this on the plane, or like even when I'm watching, like even when I was watching the cricket matches, I like cross my toes. I don't know if you know how to do that.
Yeah.
Like I cross my toes and that's the only time we win.
Didn't work, did it?
No, but I didn't cross them in the World Cup because
it's India lost because of Khushee. Just I don't want that on record.
Sorry guys.
You
I'll do better next time.
Why you crossed it for everything but that game?
Yes, because I had the biggest night because I told you I was in New York and I went with my cousin to watch a play the night before and I stupidly wore heels out in New York and like my toes were dead and I could not even feel them, so I couldn't cross them.
So what you're saying is we lost because of you? Yeah. It's all your fault?
Yeah.
You're taking the blame for this?
Yeah. I am.
Good. Well, I'm glad now we know the reason why India lost. Not because of Pat Cummins, not because of Travis Head, but because of you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Exactly. It's on me, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, be sorry. You let down a whole nation and a whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, at least we know what works and what doesn't work now.
Okay. Now, for the upcoming T20 World Cup, I want you to tape your toes crossed. If it comes down to that, I don't care what you wear.
My brother's gonna specifically do it. My brother said the same thing. He was because I came back and he was like that match really affected him. Like he cried the whole night. He didn't go to school the next day, and like he cried so much he had to be put on eye drops. Like because he had literally ruined his eyeballs because he cried so much. And he was only 15, and like I wasn't there either, so he was just really going through it. So I came back and he was like, "Did you do that? You didn't do it, did you? I know you didn't." I was like, "I didn't," and he got so pissed at me. And I tried to explain to him. I was wearing heels. I could not feel my feet. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm saying sorry as if it was actually my fault.
It was your fault.
Hey.
Not as if. It was your fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the next time around, he was like...
before you go on, say sorry to the 1 point however many billions of Indians there are out there. Look at the camera and apologize.
Sorry, everyone. Forgive me for not crossing my toes on the 16th of November 2023. I think that's the date, but I should have crossed my toes and I will do so for the next upcoming matches.
Good. You heard it first. It's all Khushee's fault. Yeah.
Well, That's it for today. It was a nice talk. Come back here next week for more. So keep watching Don't Talk Back podcast with Khushee and Renesh.